Troops onto the field.
I got him.
Play action now. Kaiser. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A second down throw now for Kaiser. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it.
Set the tone, defense.
And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 23 yards for the touchdown. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home,
so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're built from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Von Miller doing what he does best.
That's how we do it.
Sack.
That's how we do it.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Indianapolis coming back out here. And earlier we mentioned the injury to Jacoby Brissett in Week 9 against Pittsburgh. Remember, they were already without T.Y. Hilton, out for multiple weeks, injuring his calf in practice. And also center Ryan Kelly left the Steelers game as well. So the Colts now at 5-3, a little dinged up.
Yeah, to put it mildly, and when you lose your starting center and your starting quarterback, that's a big hole to fill for any team. And look at what ended up happening. A lot of mistakes happened too. What do they call them? The cardiac Colts from last year? The pick 6, 2 lost fumbles, blocked extra point, and they missed a potential game-winning field goal.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin
Touchdown,
Hooper,
baby, let's go.
47 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
And a play here for a touchdown. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Baltimore's offense takes the field again. Charles, they are at 6-2 after that win against New England. Two-game lead over suddenly a resurgent Pittsburgh Steelers team, and they get to see them again the final week of the season. But what does that win over New England tell you about Baltimore's chances in the AFC?
It tells you a lot. The main thing it tells you is that this is a team that's not going to shy away from the spotlight. Not going to be intimidated by New England and all their Super Bowls and, you know, what they've done this season. But I really enjoyed watching them post-game. You know, watching how they handled it. Yes, it was a big win, and they didn't downplay that. But they also didn't treat it like it was a Super Bowl either. They know they've got work to do, and they figure they'll have to meet New England again in the playoffs.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day. Smoke!
Out of the gun, Elway. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Here we go.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Now.
Throwing again. Elway. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hey, let's go.
Ready next time. Mike, check, 59.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep River.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. And he's got Fitzgerald. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
All day,
First
baby,
grab
let's
for
go.
Fitzgerald. He's
Let's
got
go.
a 1st down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the 1st quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum.
Hey,
Instead, they got hit with another 1st down.
We got 5.
Almost back to the drawing board.
He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
132 fighter.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
59, Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Elway.
Let's get off the field, D.
And
Let's get off the
finding the
field,
tight
D.
end Hooper. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Yeah, score.
Austin
Touchdown.
Hooper.
Touchdown, baby.
2
Yeah.
catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
And it's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And it is now 20. One to nothing. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
I'm going to run you over.
Off the draw, here's Hill. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes. That's the goal.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Pick all day.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Ready. Put the plan.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Fellas, they don't want it. Keep playing hard.
This is Hill on the draw play. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They set up the screen to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now, let's go.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando for this first. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Colts pick it up. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown,
this first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point, good by Gostkowski. And the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25.
Come on,
extra
fellas.
yards up to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the second
Mike,
quarter.
58, right there. Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
First down, Kaiser. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, hey, we talked about the AFC playoff picture. Let's look at the NFC. That's a different story. You've got Dallas and Philly neck and neck in the East. Then Green Bay, New Orleans, and San Francisco as division leaders. But with only 2 more wild card spots, going to be some good teams left out in the cold in January.
Yeah, because right now you got Seattle at 7-2, Minnesota 6-3. They would be in as of right now. But the Rams 5-3. Carolina, and whoever doesn't win the East out of either Dallas or Philadelphia, this is going to be a heck of a battle, isn't it? People are going to have an effect on this conference with every game that's played, maybe even teams that aren't in the conference. Because if you lose to someone, anyone, it could knock you out of the race.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To the air again, Kaiser. Open man is Miller. He's got it. 30. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Scott Miller, 56 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
This will be fielded at the 6. Nifty footwork at the 45.
Come on, baby. Let's
Forget
go.
the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, orbit. Hustle, hit it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Hey, pick your game up.
It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Now Elway. This brought in by Jeffrey. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Touchdown, baby.
From 8 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get the lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And they take a knee, and they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 33.
Let's go! Let's go!
We have hit halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
Ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. But be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Mike is 59. All day.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
Let's go now. Pittsburgh. 66. Bullet. Ha. Let's go.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I'm coming.
Again, it's Hill.
Let's go.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. So a chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
I know you feel
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's do this.
Come on, set.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Box drop. Fire.
On first down, Elway. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown. There we go.
Austin Eckler, 71 yards. As his guys kick. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
They're not ready for this. They still playing
second down pass play there, but
y'all
it's
playing the wrong
incomplete.
football.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and you worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
8-3.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. Once more, here's Eckler.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and makes creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, B.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of
And that's caught inside the 35. A
Cheetah,
really good
Cheetah.
pickup of 28 yards.
Mike is 59. 59.
Now a play fake here on first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open.
And this is caught. That goes for a gain of 31. And this should be the final play of the quarter end. They'll run here with Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Off the play fake. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Gotta be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys continue to put this one on his fake. They'll try and throw for it. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now here come the Ravens. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they're taking on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the night. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception to see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Touchdown, defense.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
It's coming again.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Ravens on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is third down and 12. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They'll get 7 out of it, but it brings up the 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here is the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
There's something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now left side on the swing pass. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction. So now what can they do on 3rd? And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Sehorn. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they got it here. 1st and 10. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. Elway wants to throw.
You don't want no problem with
I know that every now
and he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check 13.
Now it's
Check
Elway,
13.
escaping the pressure right. And Jeffrey's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, they'll get on the run, and they're still accurate throwing the football.
60
From
out
back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check 24. Check 24.
Get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Sack, baby, sack.
Hey, let's go.
They need to reverse the trend.
Check
The last
59,
2 plays
Mike.
have gone
Mike,
backwards.
ready?
Now it's 3rd and goal.
It's just me and you.
Now it's
just me and you.
Flush to his right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown.
Yeah, way to
This
go.
thing is ugly.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's what you want to see from your quarterback.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
Let's go, baby.
My grandmother did the same. It smelled terrible. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd and 1, here's Kaiser. A short throw, and it's going to be pulled in by Ferkser.
Good
They
one,
only
boys.
get 2
Let's go.
there, but on 3rd and 1,
Let's
that's
go.
all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you.
Again, it's Kaiser. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A short throw, and it's going to be pulled in by Ferkser. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 60 yards.
Check 53's Mike.
I'll get him.
One final shot for Kaiser. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night, everybody. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at its 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Keep playing hard.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go. 30 base.
Y'all not ready?
Two times.
Elway now off of play action. Flushed out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
60 or.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Elway. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
Alshon Jeffrey, 75 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Corey Clement, the third-year back from Wisconsin. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Here we go.
Oh, right there. All day, baby.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Ready? 18
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Elway to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Taco Charlton just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Elway eluding the pressure right. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I'm coming. Blue draw Corker. He's checking. Crash. Let's go.
On 1st, they'll throw with Elway. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20.
We played to win.
It's a gain of 35. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has
Let's
zero
get that ball,
answers
let's get
for
that
what
ball
they've
right
seen
here.
so far on the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Blitz.
Now Elway to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
You know, how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Clement. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Rip left, rip left.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Come on now, let's go.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 1st down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Don't get nervous.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
58's the mic. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. And this one complete to Smith. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Go! 90 Wolf. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Jet to the ball. Jet to the ball. Get it.
On 2nd down, Elway. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for 28 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. Sometimes they just have to get on the run and get on the move.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin Hooper there to make the grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Detroit Lions are 3-4-1 through 9 weeks of the NFL season here. Their offense coming back out, CD, gives us a chance to kind of talk about their season. Every game seems to be the same, right? In Week 9, again, they're right there, and then they lose a close one against Oakland 31-24.
That is a great point. It does feel like when you watch Detroit play, they're in every game that they play.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
saw, that's a great example of...
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. He will push his way down to about the 14. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken about the 12. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. He returns the kick 88 yards to the house as they are now on the board here in the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is second and 10 again for the 41. Here's Elway. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Nice hit, boy.
26 Mike. You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Lay down.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain.
Here we go.
The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Lions will take over. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to be really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense,
right over there, right
and
over
they
there.
hit
Yeah,
it just
Mike, 58,
right.
right
Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Go 58 to Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch the six.
On third down, here comes Clement. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Mike,
the veteran safety, Reggie Nelson, right there in coverage. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald.
Oh, nice pick. Nice pick.
Elway's pass intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Here we
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Just like that.
They're going to have
Just
to go
like
at least
that.
50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
So we've reached the intermission and what right now is... And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Trying the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Second half starts with a run by Clement. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Clement. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray now, and he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
Check tight end, check tight.
They'll run on 1st down. Clement, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Clement, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Murray. And able to find Conley. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, it's Murray. Incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Keep playing hard.
They struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? They made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run the offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now Fitzgerald going to get it on the end around. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Oh, look at this play call. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Now a first carry here for Shane Marine. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We got this.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
3-3.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. First down, Murray. Completes it to Vereen. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 17 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top two options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Now
they'll try the end around. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Oh, a design run for their wideout.
Run.
And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we can give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
4 down.
A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Running is Clement. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Once again, it's Clement. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. To throw is Murray. And no, it's incomplete. The Lions turn away on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I'll guarantee you, he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand.
Coming to you.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll throw again from their own end zone. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 2.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Go to base. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, we got tight right, tight right.
Even. 4 down. Even.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. The veteran safety, Reggie Nelson, right there in coverage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. Right. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Oh, they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
A pass complete here to Conley. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Back to throw, Murray. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. It's complete. Vereen. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
And he's got room. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. Third down here.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
You know, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
53, Mike. Come on, D!
Murray, one final try. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.